Good afternoon and welcome back to the Australian Esports League High School Competition for Rocket League. I'm Mendrix and joining me once again is Formal. Top of the afternoon to you, mate. What's news?
You know what? I'm really sad I missed last week. Had a bit of the flu. Can maybe still hear it a bit in my voice, but I can't miss 2 weeks in a row, Mendrix. You can't keep me away for that long. So we're back. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to hear what happened last week, and I'm excited to see how these teams have grown.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on, right? And all the teams have continued to grow, like you say. It's an incremental improvement from week to week. And I know you weren't here last week, but you know who's always here every week? They show up every single time.
Oh, it's our sponsors, of course, starting with AGON by AOC. AGON by AOC is the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Also, power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. And Indomie the Noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie McGorring will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Beautiful stuff. And speaking of brightening up our day, we'll be starting off with Division 2. And it's going to be a bit of a, I would say a school clash, but an internal school clash. It's a DSC. Both of these guys are from the same schools, so a bit of bragging rights coming up very shortly.
Yep, as the word has been given to them, so we are going to be setting this one off. Yeah, it is the DSC Plats versus the DSC Dragons about to go at it. Now, it will be the Plats on the blue side, Dragons in orange. And normally when you have Plats playing against Dragons, you think you would favor the Dragon side, but it's actually the Plats who are undefeated coming into this matchup, 6-0 so far on the season, whereas the Dragons are 3-3, still trying to get into one of those playoff spots. We'll see how these two teams match up as we are, off and running.
Yeah, straight into it. It's the Ocean now, or Ocean. I'm just going to call him Ocean. I think that's just the easier way to go about it.
Yep.
Basically was taken out, though. Takes out YTTV. Going back in towards the corner. Zeph tries to push into center. Ghosty's in position. A bit of redirect, but not going to get themselves an open net for the time being. But too much pepper on the ball. It's not going to allow them to get a proper setup. And the ball goes up high.
Oh, whoa.
Miss.
Yeah, that was multiple swings and multiple misses. Normally, it would be a 3 strikes you're out situation. Not just yet. Here comes Ocean, though. Down the middle. Nice air dribble. Backboard sets up for Ghosty. And that's going to be the first goal. A 1-0 lead for the Plats.
Yeah, very easy setup there. Ocean doing a great job to redirect at the last second. Ooh, YTTV. Or Pro there. What do we reckon? Pro? I reckon we will go with Pro. Pro just missing out ever so much on that little tap there. You can see the pixel hit it and it ended up going the way of the DC Plats. But game continues on. 4 minutes left on the clock here. Still anyone's game for the time being. But the Plats showing us that they are the ones with that undefeated scoreboard for a reason.
Yeah, they are kind of that team, I think, to look out for. The scary thing about DSC 2 is if you look at the overall ladder as well, there is a third DSC team in Div 2 that is also 5-1 at the moment. I believe their one loss was to the Plats as well. So a lot of DSC teams in Division 2 and all of them doing quite well for themselves. Now, I definitely remember Lil Yeety from before. Had himself a mixed game. It wasn't the greatest showing. But we are seeing them take it to the backboard right now. Not going to turn that one into a goal. Ocean keeping it into the corner before they try to clear it back. Good midfield challenge, but nothing to follow up on. You have 2 defenders back, full boost in their own net. Not always the ideal positioning.
And the ball continues to go forward there. Little Yeety, not the best touch, but will manage to get it out. Now, Pro trying to continue forward here with the ball rebounding back towards the center. Zeph looks for the challenge. Pro gets overhead. It's going to have to go see the Ocean to bring that one back, and they definitely do. Yeety now goes back in for a center play, gets the touch onto it. Good setup, and Pro evens things up.
Well, there we go. Look, if there's any team that could take down the undefeated Plats, you would expect it to come from its own school. Who else would know this team better? And right there, that was just aggressive positioning. Almost looked like a double commit, but in reality, you kind of had that second attacker on the backboard, maybe looking for a bump, not too sure. It was definitely an unorthodox look, but it results in the goal nonetheless.
Yeah, look, it may not look pretty, but it's damn near effective. Looking at Ocean now, who sends it forward. Ghosty doesn't get the best hit there. Zeph has to defend, does manage to stop it from going into the goal. It's a bit awkward. Boosts about 50% here from DSC Platts as they go into the defensive. The ball manages to go clear. Pro chasing the ball down, managed to grab some boost on the edge there. Misses ever so slightly off the shooting for Platts. It goes off the backboard, but Yeti will be there to defend. Does make the read. Zeph now up high, looking for an awkward touch just to bring it down, but Dragons know exactly what needs to be done and get another clear.
Yeah, we'll see what Ocean's going to be able to do now. Sidewall looking towards the net. Can they stay behind it? Not all the way. Ball falls down. Little Yeety is going to be the one to clear that one out. Still 2 minutes to go. That would have been a good pass had Zeph actually committed on the follow-up. Very reserved looking Platts right now. Ghosty, though, might be able to find something here. Ball comes off the roof, but doesn't make it to the backboard before Pro is able to clear it to the safety of the corner.
Yeah, Ghosty showing some really good discipline there as well. Just hanging in that third man position, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Doesn't get anything out of it, but still liking that position. But Yeety, Maz does manage to get there. Good little touch there from the sidewall. Brings it up. You can see, I think, a few members from the Platts were thinking about just recovering some boost, but lose the tempo. Yeety gets back. Ocean just unable to find position, and the Dragons take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, they just gave Yeety too much space right there, who went for the dribble. And while they didn't really put it fully in, Ocean with an awkward rotate back kind of own goaled it right there. Not ideal. Think feeling the pressure, maybe an attacker behind them. You feel like you have to make that touch. Either way, now a 1-goal deficit for the Platts. We'll see if they're going to be able to bring this one back in the final 80 seconds of gameplay. Otherwise, we could be one step towards maybe a little bit of an upset right here. We'll see. Zeph has a chance, can't put it in.
Yeety not taking any risks there. Didn't think about Pups, following through and letting the ball drive towards him. Just push it straight back into the corner. Just set up, buy some time for the teammates to get back. Now we're back into the mix of things. Ball's up in the air. Pro gets to recontrol. Ghosty doesn't want to let them have any fun with the ball, and we'll push it back. Now an attack here once again for the Platts. The Dragons need to get back. Ocean goes for the center. Yeety's in position. Knocks that one out of the pitch back towards the side of the Platts. Oh,
Yeety's going to follow it up with a great little touch. Finds the top left corner of the goal. A 2-point cushion. I believe that's going to be enough to give the Dragons the win, and maybe a little bit of surprise right here. Again, the Dragons coming into today with a 3-3 record. Platts undefeated. But if they're going to continue that record, they could be doing it off the back foot, just 40 seconds away from a big Game 1 win.
Yeah, really good stuff. As we say that a bit of a caster curse might be coming across there. The cushion has deflated ever so slightly. Ocean with a quick play there with a boost. Pro just unable to take out what seems a little bit of an awkward position there. You can see they were trying to reposition as the ball was coming back down, but Ocean knew the assignment, went for a quick redirect play from the backboard, and makes things a little bit easier here for the Platts to maybe mount a comeback.
Yeah, we'll see what they can bring. Ocean wants to set up through the corner. Watch Ghosty right now. They were kind of sitting outside the box waiting for a chance to shoot, yet Yeety will play keep away and find the net as well. The cushion has been reinflated here. Yeety finds another, and that is the 2-point lead.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Dragons needed to get themselves into a comfortable position. And Yeety just seems to be on fire so far in this series. Let's see if that form continues to go out again. It is a best of 5. Plenty of opportunities for the Platts to get back into it, but with 20 seconds left on the clock, it's definitely a fair assumption that the Dragons will be walking away with Game 1.
Yeah, unless something absolutely crazy happens yet with that clear from Yeety. I don't think time, even with the craziness, is going to be in the favor of the Platts. It's going to go the Dragons. Game 1. One step closer to an upset. One step closer to handing their sister team, same school, their first loss. The Dragons take Game 1 by 2.
And to be honest, if I was going to lose a game, I would want it to be against my own school. I want to just put that one out there. I think that's a fair outcome for everyone. You go, you know what? Yeah, it required the same school to take us down. I think you'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it could go two ways. On one hand, you can be proud of your fellow classmates. On the other hand, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I have to face these guys, in class again. We'll see, we'll see. It's always dependent on the school and the culture and sort of how it is. I like your one better. I think that's a much more positive environment, and I'd like to think that's going to be the case here, but we'll see if that continues. Now, I have noticed that both of these teams have 5-player rosters, but it looks like we're staying with these 3 for game number 2. And I feel like the Plats still have more they can show us. If you look at the 2 goals that they scored, they were very mechy, very, air dribble, kind of undefensible based on what we've seen from the Dragons. So I still feel like there's more in the Plats tank. We'll see, though, as Ocean wins a big 50, but yeah, just can't put it in the net.
Yeah, unable to do it. Zeph's there with no boost, so can't really make the use of that. Clear out. Yeedy, once again, looking menacing, goes for that coming through. Pro's in position to follow up after the ball goes loose. Ocean's in the air now, looking a bit dangerous here for the Dragons as Ghosty goes for a swing and a miss. Another one just behind it as well, but they're very quick to reset. And Ocean gets the angle, gets the goal.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, there's just moments that will come from the Plats where I go like, okay, this team, there's a reason why they're undefeated. That angle was efficient, too fast for the defense to react. Also, with the way how Ocean had positioned that car right there, even had there been contact from the defense, there's a chance that 50 still would have found its mark. Really well done. And now it's going to be another goal, this time off of Yeedy, with Zeph getting credit for it. 2-point lead already.
Yeah, the Plats striking back with a vengeance. We're still within the first minute of the second game, and they're already up 2-0. I think they just need a little bit of a warm-up there, perhaps just luring the Dragons into a bit of a false sense of security, but the Dragons do need to find a way to rise to this new equation that Plats are posing towards them. The formula is working.
Yeah, this is a lot more kind of what I expected in this series that we saw in that first minute. I want to call it an experience difference right now, but really it's just understanding how to hit the ball. That's kind of the biggest difference between these two teams. I haven't really seen the Plats kind of mistouch. Now, you could argue that was a mistouch right there from Ocean. But at that same token, I don't know. There's just a certain confidence and a certain pose right now I'm seeing from the Plats side, whereas the Dragons, it's a lot more bang ball, a lot more we're going to rely on our positioning, and, well, sometimes they just get beat.
Yeah, that seems to be the case here once again. Ocean, lovely little touch there, understanding where the car needed to be to get the angle, and that just sets things up for them. And everyone else was in position if the ball rebounded off, but wasn't needed.
Wasn't needed on this occasion, and now it's going to be a 3-goal lead, equating the amount of, well, nearly the amount of goals scored. There's actually 4 goals taken that game won by the Dragons, so I guess the Plats need one more to make themselves feel fully safe and comfortable. We'll see if that comes through. Zeph waiting outside the net, tries to dive for it, doesn't get it. Ghosty also tries to stay on the ball, and this time they will find the fourth. In under 2 minutes, the Plats have equated to what the Dragons did game 1.
Yeah, and you're looking at it as well. I mean, before it was a 2-goal cushion. This is a 4-goal cushion. This is a very inflated cushion that could pop at any moment and just go to a 5-6, right? It's going to be a scenario where, you know what, we've got plenty of room here. We don't even need the cushion at this point.
Yeah, I feel, again, this is a lot more of what I kind of expected in this series right now. The Plats are a good team. They are a very strong, consistent, they're fast. They know how to put the ball where they want it to go. Some moments of brilliance coming from Yeedy and Pro at times, but you can kind of just see, like, even with that touch right there from Pro, it's not, well, actually, that was beautiful. It almost gets that goal. The first touch was a little bit too powerful. The second touch, though, was what they were looking for. But if you compare that to Yeedy, who got the right touch right there, okay, you know what? Yeah, there's definitely reason to believe the Dragons can be that team.
Yeah, that's a lovely touch. Ocean wasn't expecting it. They had no boost, nowhere to get back, and definitely were committed to that play, and you did exactly what they needed to make sure they could get one in. But end of the day, still a 3-goal lead. Very tough order, especially for the Dragons to go against, to try and get it against the Plats of all teams at this moment in time. Yeedy, have a good little touch there. We'll send it towards the backboard. Zeph's in position. Yeedy tries to follow up, but it is going to go back, and now the opportunity on the counter-attack. Zeph seizes the day.
Yeah, Zeph is just going to go ahead and find yet another one. 4-goal cushion as Zeph right over the top of Pro. Just too fast, too accurate on the touch. And yeah, we're past the halfway point of this game, but we're on pace to potentially be double digits here in game number 2.
Yeah. I think, just looking at the way Zeph did that as well, because that was off the back of a 50 win. And then Zeph just was so quick, so efficient. It was just such a smooth take afterwards as well. It goes back to what you were saying, that they understand where the ball's going to go and how to make it move and manipulate it the way they need it to be. And it is definitely starting to show in this game too how more effective the Plats are, just when it comes to manipulating the ball in terms of where they want it to go and the direction and the trajectory.
Yeah, it is. Isn't really the difference so much so in this game, and that's something that comes with experience. That's something that comes with the grinding and the practice and just, you know, hitting the tools, hitting the ball around as much as you can. Like, that has been called the best way to practice this game. Get in free play, bang, bang, bang. But I don't know. At this stage, obviously, it was a good start for the Dragons. They got that game 1 win. They took advantage of a very passive Plats in the first game, but it feels like they took off the weighted clothing here in game number 2. A lot more of what it's gotten them to that undefeated record, and I'll be curious to see if they're going to keep this more aggressive style moving forwards into games 3, 4, potentially 5, or if they go back to that passive style. There's going to be another goal right here. 6-1. We are 1 away from the Brazil.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it, is what I always say. Formal, they have this aggressive sort of pattern that's definitely giving them dividends. They should definitely keep it up and not really change the strategy. I feel it is really up to the Dragons here to go back to the drawing board, see what worked for them in the first game, and then see if there's a way they can replicate it against this new aggressive, a lot faster Plats.
Yeah, we'll see what they can find. 1 minute to go as Ocean goes back corner, collects full boost. What is he going to do out of the corner right now? Staying underneath a dribble, straight down the middle, finds a teammate, and that, no, is not the Brazil just yet. Ghosty will be the one who taps it in, and we get the 7-1 scoreline.
I just wanted the rebound style points there. Zeph missed on purpose, hit both of the posts, and then set up afterwards for the teammate. That was, you know, it's kind of like when you see Ronaldinho just go take the ball halfway and then purposely hit the post 3 times before walking away after getting some new shoes. That was Zeph's moment there.
Is that something that he's actually done?
Yeah, he has actually done that. He got a pair of new shoes. This was ages ago. This was ago Ronaldinho for Brazil. He got a pair of new shoes, got the ball, and then purposely hit the post like 3 times. In a row. This is like ages ago. This is like when This is when the AI didn't exist, so you knew it had to be real.
Dang, I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty funny. Here we go though, as we hit our final 8 seconds. Ocean looking for a 4th goal right here. Not gonna get it. Denied by Yeedy on the line as Pro will clear it back. Ball hits the ground. Game number 2 goes in favor of the Plats to tie this series up.
Yeah, very good finish there. Very good turnaround, not letting that first game get to them. And this probably goes to showing us why they are the undefeated team so far in Division 2. Really good stuff there, just to say, yep, let the first game roll off us as we get ready for the next.
Yeah, as we will be readying up for game number 3. Expectation, the Plats probably will continue this trend. Now, it should be worth noted, 8 shots on target for the Dragons. That's still pretty good. So I even though the Dragons did come up short that game, I don't, how do I put it? I'm still pretty happy with how they've been playing as. Oop.
Lost someone. I think this happened last time as well, so it's all good. But little Yeedy absolutely has no mercy. No mercy at all.
Yeah, I mean, take what you can get, right? If you're the Dragons. Not sure what happened there, but somebody leaves, comes back in. It was Ghosty, and it looks like we are going to be playing on. You can see Pro not quite where they needed to be. Touch from Yeedy towards the net, not quite on target. And now Zeph and Ocean start to bring it back the other way. Ocean tries to stay behind it. Challenge, though, winds up in the arms of Ghosty, who won't be able to follow it up for the shot.
Ocean looking menacing there. Takes it up high, looking for another rebound. Yeedy gets back. Maybe an opportunity for the Dragons to extend their lead that little bit further. But Ghosty gets there, puts it back to the corner. Probably does another fantastic touch as it goes for a shot on goal once again. But the defense from the Plats holds strong. Ocean now up against Yeedy, but will get a little bit of a touch onto the ball and send it over the other side of the post as Ocean now looking to dribble it. Actually a bit of a missed touch there. If the Dragons were paying attention, they might have been able to bounce on it, but I feel like they thought that ball was going to be going across the field, giving a lot of respect here to the Plats, and to be honest, they deserve it.
Yeah, that they do. The Plats have been doing quite Well, on the defensive side, they just need that magic touch to go the other way, and maybe it'll come from Dark Sorcerer, an own goal to equalize.
Yeah, I look at it as well, and it is an own goal, but it's definitely an unforced error. You can see he was just trying to get that little bit behind the other side of the ball and thought, maybe it's enough, maybe I can get it through. Wasn't the case. Game now evened up here, but 3 minutes and 50 seconds in and looking much more competitive in Game 3, and it seems the Dragons have turned a bit of a corner.
As we see a beautiful air dribble from Zeph
I
to make this
apologize
a
for my
2-1 game.
I apologize.
You tried.
I tried.
You tried, but you know, now we've seen, you know, a beautiful air dribble from all three members of the Plats at this one, all of them showing off what they can do, and was kind of waiting for Zeph. Didn't really have his moment in game number 2. Gets it here in game 3.
Yep. Ball goes into the center. Very quick hit by Ocean. He's going to go off the back of Ghosty, who I feel, yeah, it was more of a touch between both teammates there. Both Ghosty and Zeph gave it a little bit of a love tap, and it just seems to be Ghosty who got the final last second touch there, the millisecond on the ball beforehand to get the assist.
Yeah, it was a good touch. It was a good goal. And now with the 2-point lead, I worry for the Dragons and their ability to come back in this one. If anyone's going to make it happen, though, eyes should be on Yeedy. Did get the hat trick in game number 1. Has been able to still find goals even in the loss in game number 2. Definitely the most confident, it feels like, of the Dragons side. But only when they get those opportunities. We'll see if it comes through. Here we go. Pass across the Ocean. That was a great pass. And Ocean doesn't have the most boost. Almost gets the double regardless. Unfortunately, shot a little bit too far to the left.
Well, Dragons managed to get away with that one. Zeph, though, continuing to go forward. Lovely control over the top. Knew exactly where the ball needed to be touched each time and just air rolling the whole way through. Gets the beat onto ED, gets the beat into Dark Sorcerer. And even pros, it's the last man standing, unable to get past it all. And that score lead now pushing closer towards the Brazil that we had in game number 2.
Yeah, we are on pace for it. There's Ocean's just going to pop another one up. Pro keeps it out of the net for now. Zeph, though, goes for the fake. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to find the touch after that, despite getting defenders to commit. Didn't really open any good, favorable angles for the teammates, and eventually we do get the defensive clear halfway through this game, halfway through this series, technically, as Ocean again goes for the double, again finds the backboard. Ghosties follow-up, shut down by Pro.
Yeah, they do manage to defend that time, but you can just see how menacing, how lethal these attacks from the Plats are. The double touch from the Ocean wasn't successful, but it really does just throw the defense of the Dragons off kilter, and they almost concede another one. An opportunity they just missed as well. The defense from the Plats hold, and now we are heading towards another air dribble from Zeph, who's going to control it up. Gets the ball overhead there. Yeedy reads it, gets the defensive play.
As we watch Pro now with another clear towards the net, but unable to find it. Pressure still coming. That almost looked like an own touch right there. Either way, no pressure. Dragons full back, and I'm a little bit surprised by that. I feel like they're giving up on some of these attacks maybe a little bit too quickly, as they concede all of that space. And you can see the Plats, they take all of the space that is given to them, driving it all the way to the backboard.
Yeah, Zeph there with a little bit of a cheeky fake. Almost manages to get it across as well, but like you said, using that space to its utmost potential. Ocean goes in, but Pro will be there first. That's managed to get the clear. Ghosties up in the air. Nice little touch there. We'll get it overhead. Maybe that's going in. It certainly does. And Ghost showing us they also have the ability to be a little bit more special as well with that techie play. Just giving us a fantastic show all around.
It's been nearly 2 minutes since they got the goal to make it 4. Now they find the one to make it 5. I would say the Brazil's still on the table with 1:08 to go. Plats can be that team. We'll see if the opportunity will come to them off the kickoff. Ocean towards the net. Again, though, not quite on target. Dangerous touch from the Sorcerer. Lines up back in Ghosty. Ceiling pinch, not quite. No boost to stay behind it. It should get cleared.
Yeah, and it does. Pro's the one to take that one away. Goes up high, looking for another touch. An opportunity, perhaps, for the Dragons. It's going to hit the backboard, but no one's going to be there to follow up. Yeedy tries to get a touch around it. It's going to go past Sorcerer, but Pro should be there to pick it up. Zeph to challenge, but don't boost. Pretty easy to go in the way the Pro goes for the center. Ocean ready to intercept, brings it back down. Dragons looking a little bit disjointed now. The spacing not the best, but Plenty of time is given to them by the Plats who look to set up here. I think everyone just wanted to grab some boost and reset the play. But back into the center of the pitch as Ghosty is the one to bring it towards the center, but Pro will once again bring it back.
Yeah, back and forth, 15 seconds to go. Definitely no comeback. Probably not a Brazil. Pro almost gets a goal to end this one off. Unfortunately, the shot was a little bit wide, and that will do it for game number 3. It's going to be another win for the Plats. One more goal for the road. Hey, they could kick off. We still could see that Brazil.
Maybe a bit of a buttery goal. What do you reckon, Formal?
I kind of feel it. I think they got it.
Yep, possibly. This might happen. Let's see what they do.
They're calling their shot.
I feel like the Dragons, what they should do is just let them have it. Just go, you know what? Yeah, it is Brazil, but not the case. Not going to happen this time around. They still got the ball in the air though. They're still making a play, but no. Dragons knock it straight down. Brazil denied.
Well, that's going to be a 2-1 lead now for the Plats. 1 game away from taking the series again. Game number 1, 4-2 for the Dragons. It was 7-1 game 2, 6-1 game 3, and yeah, the momentum has truly shifted on the Plats side. Very strong game from Zeph. So now I can say all three of the members of the Plats have shown off why they are strong. Yeedy has still scored every single game, so credit to Yeedy on that one. But 8 shots to 5 for the Dragons in between games 2 and 3. They got less opportunities here in this third game, and as we gear up for game number 4, I am wondering if the Dragons can find something, maybe more of that aggressive edge. Again, I felt like they were too quick to retreat, too quick to fall back on defense in game number 3. Maybe they'll, find it within themselves to maybe cheat a little bit, be a bit more aggressive, be a bit more unorthodox, and hopefully find something through that.
Yeah, they definitely do need to do something different from their regular formula because, of course, the Plats just seem to have everything understood, locked down, and ready to go. The Dragons, I feel, if they're going to go for something a little bit different here, I think they do need to be a bit more unorthodox with their plays. They do seem to be a bit too straightforward. It could be the Plats that are the ones forcing that out. So, because you want to be, again, using that space effectively, and of course, throw them off kilter when you make the play, making it seem less obvious. And those balls just seem to be going straight every single time. The Plats are able just to go in and say, yep, we're going to be in position and we'll be able to defend every single time. So I want to see them put a little bit more of a spin on the ball each time, really go for those quick flicks, perhaps just set the ball in a different trajectory than where it's traditionally going when you go for those shots.
I just don't know how much control on a pound-for-pound basis that the Dragons realistically have, as a beautiful pass gives Ocean a free touch on net, and they're going to collect on this one. As you can see, the 50 ball lands right in there for Ocean, and that's going to be the 1-0 lead.
And again, this is that ability to adapt on the fly as well. I mean, it was a beautiful pass, but it was also off the back of the 50 and saying, yep, I'm in position, the ball's come my way. I'm able to react to the speed as well, because the ball was not going at a comfortable pace. That was definitely moving pretty damn quick. Ocean now, good control, gets the flip reset overhead, but Pro doesn't want to mess with it, will immediately get that ball out of there. Zeph tries to get it back into the center. Yeedy will be in position to push it overhead. Ghost, again, good control, but I feel like the Plats have been putting up a little bit too high, a little bit too softly, and the Dragons, they see that happen a couple more times over, might just jump on it, but Ocean. Zeph. It was moving too slow. They used to think going fast, and the moment it goes slow, they just overshoot that little bit.
Yeah, just kind of, a little bit unorthodox right there on the attack, and it work out in their favor. I feel like they left it on the table, I'm not going to lie, and hopefully for the Plats' sake, that won't come back to bite them. We'll see. It's still only a 1-goal game yet. Sorcerer misses the ball. Ocean goes up for it, yet Yeedy is still able to find themselves behind. Pass down to Goaty, who wanted somebody on the right side of the field, yet nobody was there. Ocean will, though, find a shot and another great goal.
Ocean, just time and time again, that first touch is absolutely damaging. Just look at it come across here, immediately has the right angle, and doesn't even need to do any air rolls, already in position while they're midair. Love it from Ocean. And Zeph has been doing it too. Ghostly, or I'm Ghostly, has been doing a great job as well, just stopping the ball, controlling it midair. It is true, these guys are pretty much the full package when it comes to a Division 2 team that could possibly just take it away.
Yeah, they are the Div 2 team to beat, and we are seeing that, time and time again right now. Ocean having a good one. Oh, went for the ground pitch, didn't quite get it, but will find a turtle. and that's going to be the 3-0 advantage.
Yeah. Bit of style points coming across there. Oh, it's so frustrating when you do commit to the ball like that and you miss out ever so slightly. But now, with the 3-0, 3 minutes left on the clock here, the Dragons, their opportunity of continuing this series is starting to slip away, and the Plats will be solidifying their position as, like you said, the team to beat in Division 2.
So we'll see if they will stay that team to beat as well. Again, Div 2, unlike the other divisions, they do play 3 games a day. So this is, you know, the start of what will be a rather long day for them. Yet they are starting off on that right foot, it seems. Still about half a game to go, and it's not as if the Dragons are done just yet, but I just haven't seen enough from the Dragons on the offensive side of the ball that tells me that they're going to find a way back into it. Ocean's placement has been immaculate this 4th game. 4-0 lead.
It's like I'm admiring it, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little bit dirty with just how good it is every single time. If you're on the other side and feeling this, those shots come through from time and time again, you would just be a little bit disgusted with the fact that he's able to find those angles. And it just goes back to where you go, all right, well, I just need to be better. I just need to be more on form in order to take it out.
Yeah, just be more on form, though. Always easier said than done. As Zeph doesn't win that 50, so maybe an opportunity here for the Dragons if they can find a way to stay behind the ball. Triple commit, and it almost works. In fact, Zeph almost gets the second touch as well.
That wasn't a triple commit, Formal. That was a 3-man pinch. Okay, that was
look. 3-man pitch, triple commit. It's the same thing. It was just a successful triple commit right there.
That's why it's a 3-man pinch. Ghosty bringing it up there as well. Yeety, good shot. That's a 1-man pinch right there, if I've ever seen it.
And again, credit to Yeety. Found a goal in all 4 games. Yeety, I know that saving grace for the Dragons moving forward. Well done, but right, they're asking if that was a W pinch or nah, and confirmation from both teams, it was a W pinch.
Yeah, it was 100%. I'm Ghosty jumping on through the air. Bro, leaves it to Yeety, no boost though, so Ocean will get back. Nice little redirect there. Tries to get a little bit more on the skim, but we'll miss out on it. Doesn't really matter as Ghosty's now bringing it upfield. Zeph in position as well. Plat's looking to attack here. Yeety, again, doesn't want to give them any opportunities. We'll push it straight towards the safety of the wall. We go for a reset. Oh, an opportunity here. Oh,
but that right there highlights kind of the problem I've had with the Dragons. The opportunity was there, but their instinct is to just shot towards the net and not follow it up. Rotate back, rotate defensively, play passive. And I think they've gotten in their own heads a little bit because of the caliber of their opponents, because of how games 2 and 3 went. Yeah, Sorcerer just doesn't pull the trigger on what could have been a goal. And I'm not saying they would have come back and won the game with that point, but it really was an insight to the mindset and maybe one of the problems that the Dragons will need to work on and improve upon moving ahead.
I think, yeah, it goes back to that point where they are giving a lot of respect. And like we said, the Plats do deserve, but at the same time, there's a difference between respect and fear. And that seems to be the scenario that's holding Dragons back a little bit.
As we do see 15 seconds ago, here comes Ghosty. Oh, actually has the ball taken away by Pro. Yeety makes contact to maybe save a shot. But realistically, that's going to do it for this game, for this series. The Plats will stay undefeated on the season, 7-0 overall record. The Dragons will fall to 3-4, but I mean, not the worst performance from the Dragons. They did take a game. They did have a goal at least in every game, and well played from both sides.
Now you can really see what the Dragons have in the back there in terms of potential. And again, these are the same school. There's 3 teams from the same school. I wouldn't be surprised if they are scrimming against each other. And the reason why they're performing so well in Division 2. So there's a lot of resources here, a lot of potential for all the players to really use. And that's the whole point of this competition, to bring everyone together, really start to get into it. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see the Dragons and the other DSC sister/brother side of this teams start to really close the gap between the Plats as the competition progresses.
Yeah, I will be curious to see how well they go as well. I'm curious if any team can take down the Plats. For me, that's kind of more where my eyes are. But we still have 2 more games today, Mendrix.
That's absolutely right. And guys, we'll be right back as we get them set up for you. Please do not go anywhere. Hello, welcome back. We have some more stuff here for the high school competition for Rocket League with the Australian Esports League, and we're moving it up to Division 1. For more, I'm excited because, of course, it's going to be LC up against JSRACS. Definitely a tough one to pronounce, but once you get your head around it, you can get there.
Yeah, I think this will be a good matchup for sure. LC coming in, maybe a bit of a favorite, better record, 4-2 compared to JSRACS at 2-4. But, you know, it's Div 1, so I'm expecting maybe a higher caliber sort of game all around. It could be a bit closer. We'll see how it plays out, but the word has been given to the teams to go ahead and get this one underway. So, without further ado, let's head to the pitch. The blue side will be LC, JSRACS will be in orange, and 5 minutes are on the clock, which means we are off and running.
Yeah, straight into it. A fresh series right onto the board here. LC and JCRS coming on into it. Ray Dills obviously on the ball there, but Midda wants to bring it up across the silver, sends it across pitch once again. The boss tries to run with control there, doesn't get beat out by Riley, who now tries to bring it again back in towards the center, and a lot of aggressive here, a lot of physicality between both of these teams at the moment.
Is it the boss or is it the bouse?
I think it's the boss.
Wait, which one do we go? The bouse?
The boss.
The bouse.
The boss.
I don't know. It's a fun name. Fun name to see. Fun name to pronounce. As we are going to watch Sly Jules almost get something off the backboard, not quite in this time around, but you can already see in Division 1, it's kind of like, you know, if we go back to the last game, 2 versions of the Plats right now. Both teams fast, committed, strong touches, good 50 from Ray, not quite enough to get the goal. As Riley the Splud will try and slow down the counterattack. Sly still takes a shot midfield. Good save from Midda. 1 minute in, still no goal.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward touch there. LC defense looking a little bit jaded, but they do manage to get out of it without losing a goal in return. Midda now brings it back across the Sly. Gets a nice little chip overhead there. Beats 2 players. Ray Dill's the last person standing there in the defensive line and will be able to get the clear.
As we do see Riley also get a big clear to the backboard. Here comes Ray through the corner as well. We're unable to get it around that post. Double commit coming from LC. This could leave the middle of the field exposed. Without the cross-up touch, though, Ray does enough work to keep things in the middle for now, and Riley the Spud will be able to push it right back to that orange side. Around the corner we go, easily read by Sly once again. And while we are seeing, you know, consistent play from both these teams, nothing extraordinary. A lot of just sort of bang it to the opposition, kind of hoping for an unforced error, it feels like. Eventually, one of these teams is going to have to try something a little bit more elaborate, or, well, there was the unforced error right there, and it's the one time it looks like JSRACS was not in position to pounce.
Yeah, well, continue going forward there. Ray Dills brings it up. Has no boost to make it work, but Riley will be there to push it forward ever so slightly again. It's going to go a bit too wide there on the center, or too far. It's going to come back in again. The Sly tries to get over Ray. Create an opportunity here. The boss does manage to get there and stop that one from going in. That was a good save.
The bounce goes across midfield. Here comes another touch towards the net. Chicken Jordan has to rotate back. Stay underneath it. Chicken Jordan 23 again. You know, good name. Now, didn't we have this discussion before with Chicken Jordan? Where, like, because of the 23, I thought it was based off MJ, but then it wasn't.
I don't think it was me. I think it was from someone else. Was that the first week, perhaps?
It might have been. But I see Chicken Jordan 23. I just can't help but think Michael Jordan.
I was thinking MJ as well, to be perfectly honest, when we first started.
Yeah, it could have been a different player. Either way, it should be named after the GOAT, the way how I see it. Or maybe they're a big Bubba Wallace fan. Who knows? Sly, midfield, stays on it as they look to try to get that to the corner.
Well, Riley brings it over, does get a push across. It's going to be stopped. Ray continuing to keep the play alive as the boss gets back, gets to the safety of the corner now. Also gets a little bit of boost for their trouble. Now they're going to get it overhead. I think they managed to get the beat there, but the ball doesn't have quite enough power, and it will allow AOC some time to recover.
And we will see that deep clear all the way back to the other side. 4 minutes into this game, Mendrix, and still no goal. Sly, though, wants to change that. Doesn't get the second touch for the double. Does have a teammate but they try to slow it up instead of taking the shot. There were defenders there, but the defenders don't bite. Pressure still on. Sly won't get the next touch in, leaves it for the Bouse instead, who pops it up. And nothing decisive, nothing really driving it towards home. And again, we stay scoreless.
Yeah, LC, really good discipline across the board there from all their members. All of them, like you said, just not opting for the bite, realizing that it wasn't going to be an effective play, and at the same time, not having those crazy commits. They did have a little bit of a kerfuffle at the start of the match, but that defense is well and truly tightened up now with Spud getting a good pass over to Ray. Ray pushes it overhead as well. It's just going to go ever so slightly, touch the post and not be enough. Minda keeps it towards the corner. Sly's going to be in position to perhaps take over, slows it down, makes things dangerous, but Riley will get it out of there once again. The clear continuing forward, and we're possibly going to the first overtime of the day.
Yeah, and a 0-0 overtime as well. A very rare scoreline in Rocket League. One of my favorites, though, because it just shows how evenly matched these two teams were. And don't end it off a kickoff. Riley might not care. Sly is able to make the read off the backboard, keep this game alive, at least for now.
Yeah, look, at this moment in time when no one scored for 5 minutes, I feel any opportunity they have, they're going to take it. They're going to go straight for the jugular. Sly, now with a bit of boost there, does manage to get a bit to beat on one of those players, where the ball will go well and truly wide of the target. Riley now the one in control, sends it to mid-up, but it will be picked up by Chicken Jordan. Riley gets it in again. This is looking dangerous for RACS, but they do manage to get the clear. Now Chicken Jordan's pushing it forward. Ray's waiting for it. Lets it go through. That was definitely not an intentional hit there, but still manages to get it out.
Yeah, now we're getting the demos one aside to make it a brief 2v2. I can't help but feel like before, though, opportunities were there for LC, but they didn't take it, and now it's going to be the Bouse who ends this one in overtime, just under a minute. Sly, though, does a majority of the work again, is able to dribble it forward, had the reset, forces the premature defensive touch, and that opens up the net for the goal. 1-0. Game number 1 goes to JSRACS.
And it's just fitting that's the boss is the one that's also going to get that finishing touch there as well. Just comes on through, says everyone, I did not approve any overtime, and shuts the game right down.
Yeah, so again, second game in a row, the team with the worst record actually wins game number 1. So we got a little bit of a trend going here. We'll see if that continues, though, because last time, you know, our first series of the day, it then flipped on its head for games 2, 3, and 4. We'll see if LC can start to bring it back as we jump straight into game number 2. Players straight onto the pitch. Here we go. Comeback opportunity right now for the favorites. Can LC equalize this series as, Chicken Jordan's not moving.
That's not a good sign. Hopefully they can get themselves resorted and back into it. I mean, everyone readied up, everyone was ready to go, so maybe it's just a big fake out.
I don't know.
Probably not. Still not moving. There we go.
And a call for the pause has been made, so we will be doing a quick pause right here while we wait for...
Yep, just coming back to us. There we go.
Yeah.
How you going?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Hopefully this pause doesn't take so long as, now Jordan has, we saw what the issue was. Hopefully they should reconnect quickly. But yeah, game number 1 was a very, very good game.
Absolutely. It shows how even it is between these two teams. So just also the differences in Division 1 versus Division 2. Of course, the Plats against the Dragons really showing that they do have a bit of a notch above in that division. In comparison, that you come to Division 1, there might be large amounts of gains separating teams, but when you look at the results of those games, it is by slim margins, just how good they are in Division 1.
Yeah, it really is, as we are going to wait for the go-ahead from both these teams to get back in it. All right. As soon as I'm just waiting for the go-ahead from both teams, and then we will resume the game.
Yep. Jump right back on in. Just checking with that as well. We're going. I think it looks like we're going back to a kickoff start off.
Yeah. Yes, we are, and we are gonna get right back into this one. So, game will continue. 4:38 still on the clock.
The chicken's moving. This is good. Yep.
Chicken is moving, so good thing. I think for this reason more so than any other reason why players I think like being played on stream.
Yep.
Them admin perms, baby. Slide Jules gets credit for the first goal.
Yeah, managed to find that one away. The boss is the one pushing it across there. Midda tries to stop it, but there's going to be an awkward bounce up, and Sly seizes the opportunity to put it away. And no one can complain about that one. Everything was fair. Everyone waited. We went back to kickoff there. It was all fair and... Oh, let's pick the one there. What's the fair? Everything being fair and something else, but I can't remember what it is. Tell me, what's the saying I'm looking for? You don't know yourself.
I don't know.
It's an old one. You know what? I'm showing my age, maybe.
You know,
fair and square. There we
sure.
go. Oh my god.
Fair and all's love and fair and square.
No, I didn't say all. That's all is fair and
no, that's my saying. All's love and fair and square.
Okay.
It's because it's just, you know, the Rocket League pitch is kind of a box, and we like to hug it out here. All right,
okay,
that's
fair
all
enough.
I'm saying. All is love, it's fair and square. There we go.
All love is fair and square. Okay.
Oof.
I'll take it. Midda definitely doesn't want to hug it out. Wants to get the ball into the goal. Ray also sharing the same opinion. Slide though, will control it. We'll get it overhead. Gets the beat onto one. Nice little control there. Will come down, but has exhausted all their boost in response for it. Still manages to get the beats onto all the players here. This is an opportunity for the boss. And that was all set up by Sly.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've kind of seen the setup for the boss right there. Sly kind of has been doing it all game long. This is realistically the first time they've truly connected, though, for that point. But yeah, Sly is great on the setups, great in the air, good mechanical control, and Baus, kind of like anybody in this matchup, if they get a free touch on the ball on the net for a shot, they can put it wherever they want. And we've seen that a couple times from the boss as well. So 2-0 lead from this orange side. They are taking control here in game number 2, and this is problematic for LC. Realistically, at this division, at this caliber, a reverse sweep will be very difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough as well. 2 minutes 50 seconds on the clock, though. They need to sort of shut it down now and obviously put their stamp on this game, equalize things up, and then it will look a little bit better. But just the way that JSRACS is playing, it's just going to be a tall order. Like, Slag seems to be on point. Again, like, they're both of them committed to the defense, but Rayfields does find it at the very end. I thought that ball was going to be going out, so you get that touch there from Sly. The boss jumps as well. And it really is that reset up from Riley that recreates the position for it to get the ball back, and Rayfields is just in position once again.
Yeah, and that's good for LC. I mean, it's taken them a little while to get their first point on the board, and I mean, you have to think of it too. You know, it was a game and a half plus an OT, so maybe even a little bit longer. That's their first goal of this game, and it's good to get that monkey off the back. It's good to maybe remind yourselves, all right, we can play this game. We can score goals. Let's keep that up. However, if they concede another one right here, that will kill any of that momentum. Shot was on. Ray, though, able to make the save. Now tries to make the counterattack as well up along the side. Leaves the ball for Sly, as Ray was the only one initially pushing forward. A midfield challenge goes awry. Shot coming from Jordan. Second touch, though, denied by Ray once again.
Now it's going to be Ray pushing up to Riley, who's going to get some control. It's going to go towards the wall, just so shy of the corner. Sly now wants to get some control. We'll push it overhead. A clear will come through past the chicken. Lets that one go. Slides back up in the air. Gets the beat onto Riley. Now it's going to go towards across to Ray, who will then re-pick it up. Maybe an opportunity for LC here as they now begin to bring it back. Is there going to be a decent center? It actually goes backwards instead of forwards. Trying to throw off. That's looking pretty dangerous. Gets the demo afterwards. Trying to peel away at the defenses, and LC are really beginning to mount a good attack.
But they are, as trying to put some shots on, but not able to find it right there. Now Sly will take it to the roof. Has a couple attackers midfield, but they actually won't find the pass because Ray's going to take it away. To the net we go, but unable to put it in. And just, it didn't feel like there was a sense of urgency from the rest of the team. And then a 50 from the boss. Second goal of the game, 2-goal lead, 1 minute to go. That could be enough for this orange side to take game 2.
Yeah, that's a very tragic 50 to come through as well. It does really put a damper on your hopes to put the series on hold and try to bring something back. But again, that also comes back to Midda giving up perhaps a little bit of a lackluster touch as well on that defensive play. It was a big strike or a deep strike coming backfield from Chicken, so I don't want to put it completely on towards mid here. It was a bit of a forced error, if anything.
Yeah, it was close, but you know, I'm just looking ahead right now. That's kind of where my head is, as Sly is going to take this one up over the top, ball off the backboard, somebody underneath. No, not this time, but that's okay. I mean, realistically, it's the damage to the clock that this orange side will be celebrating. 30 seconds left to go. We need to see some points coming from LC now, but they just don't have possession of the ball.
Sly just gets overhead there, gets the double off the back of the top post. Sly is on fire this series.
Sly is on something else right there. Got the reset and was just able to keep the dribble going. Fantastic stuff from, you know, someone who I can't help but notice that tag, that contender tag right there. They've definitely been, you know, up there amongst some of the best in OCE, and we're seeing it on display here. Sly the Jewels having a great performance.
Yeah, also showing us the mechanics there with a bit of wall dashes. As we look to try to get a bit of speed, we'll push back towards the Sly. Sly will get it out there, and like you said, that damage to the clock now is probably the aim of the game. If they can get a few extra goals, that's just gravy on top. And it's looking like JS will take game number 2.
Yeah, that they will. JSRACS second game goes their way. 1 game away now from a sweep, and a much needed one for this school as well if they want to get themselves back up in that ladder and still make a run for it. We will see where they go. And you know me, I see the tag. I got to start doing my research because I've never seen the name before. And yeah, so they have had a fair few top 24s in the APAC region, more so than the OCE region. That's kind of where they've been playing for a fun little team name right there. And I'm curious, you know, where they're continuing with it, because they did a lot last season. They only attempted 1 this current season right now, where they did get a top 28, which isn't bad, but yeah.
I think I think we all know what it's like when you are competing in these sort of higher end of stuff as well when it comes to teams. Just certain players, you know, they're on form, they're performing well, and then they sort of hit a bit of a lackluster strike as you have to reform with new teams and new players, and it's just a bit of back and forth until you do find the right recipe that creates that, you know, excellent design. But Riley immediately throwing as much salt as they can into the mixture and the concoction that JS has been cooking up this entire game, and trying to set things right for what should be not the upset that was going to happen that we thought was the case.
Yeah, so they were on Kai's Cuties was the most recent that they were competing with in the APAC region. They did. He actually had 1 attempt in OCE where he got a top 56, so it didn't quite get as deep as he did with the top 24s in APAC, primarily playing for Pre-Jump Esports.
I like that name, Pre-Jump Esports.
Yeah, Pre-Jump's a good name. That's a good name.
That's a great name.
Top 24s are, you know, respectable results, even in APAC. So definitely really cool to see. And again, the skill has been on display. Just the control we're seeing from the dribbles and the resets has been fantastic. They are currently behind right now, though, as Riley the Spud is going to take a shot on target, but not able to put it in just yet. Slide back on defense, makes a save. Sly again up through the corner, but Ray was waiting. Ray now looking to follow it up to the backboard. Reset, no. Not able to turn that into a shot.
Sly's got full boost. Does manage to push it over, gets a bit of a reset, redirects it ever so slightly, creates a lot of confusion for LC, but it's not going to eventuate in a goal. Riley now on the counter will be met once again by Sly, who controls it ever so slightly, gets overhead, tries to beat Ray, will get the beat, but Ray does some damage to the trajectory of where that ball was going, and we get a bit of a reset. Oh, that's looking dangerous. That is dangerous.
What? How does that find its mark right there? I gotta see this one again. The bounce, just a perfect 50. It looks indefensible when it falls at that angle, and we're gonna be tied 1-1.
The boss should buy a scratchy or a lotto ticket, because those 50s have just been going their way every single time. And that was definitely a tough one. Then Sly, with the momentum, just brings JS back into the lead in game number 3. My God, that is a quick turnaround.
Yeah, that was just fast and efficient, and that's going to make this a 2-1 lead right now again. Just finding goals, finding points. This is looking very, very good for the orange side. 3 minutes remaining, but again, they've only allowed 2 goals all series long. And if they're going to lose this game, they have to allow another 2 in just under 3 minutes time. I don't know if I see that happening.
Oh, Sly now tries to make it work. It will go back the way, and Riley now on the counterattack goes to Ray. Sly gets back in time. What a save. Now on the counter themselves. Good little hit. It's an open net. You can see Mida tries to get back in time, but they're just not going to make it. And Sly once again really stamping their control on this game.
Yeah, this is... I'm super curious to see the matches where this team fell short right now, because... I mean, admittedly, Sly is doing a lot of work, and we saw it from game number 1. Baus has been there to follow it up, but yeah, this team is scary right now. Sly is playing incredibly strong Rocket League, and we just don't have the answer from LC. Half a game to go, 2 goals required to tie, equaling their total in the series thus far, and only half game to do it. Nearly had an opportunity right there, but again, it's Sly who makes the save off the backboard.
Well, it doesn't get the next touch, though. Ray's able to find it. A nice little soft one. Will throw the defense into a little bit of a confused position here. You can see you normally expect that to go much faster, but instead it's nice and soft. You can see the try end up just clashing with cars mid-air, but the ball free and loose to make its way to the goal.
And with that, with another point falling in their favor, it does give a little bit of hope for LC. Now here comes Ray. If anyone's going to make it happen, Ray has been the best player so far on this blue side, it seems like, but they're not able to turn that into a point. The Baus brings it back, and that's just going in, Mendrix. It's another 2-goal cushion.
Yeah, that's very, again, 2 soft touches, 2 soft goals, but they're goals nonetheless. Mida just missing ever so much. That's a bit of an unfortunate one. It is kind of tough, that position, whether you want to go for the dodge defense or if you try to sort of get a little bit more space before you do go for the control. Given that space, might set up someone to come through and knock it past you, and going straight for it means you might not have enough of the room to go for it. And we saw that Mida opted for the former. And unfortunately, like you said, that 2-goal cushion looking so much more. Oh man, just the game has been so good. It's taking away my ability to speak at this moment in time.
So I just had a little pardon me, sorry, but still a little sick.
That's right.
Had a little look at
game. Has been a sick game. Riley though, keeping it sick.
Keeping it very sick. Keeping it a 1-goal game right now. Right back in it. So I was going to look at the pre-jump esports lineup. We actually have a previous AEL High Schools champion as well on that pre-jump lineup from last year in Troby.
There you go.
From Kedron High School. So there you go. So something about kind of funny how they wound up on the same team with each other. I kind of like that. And well, maybe same teams. Maybe each of them will be AEL High School champions at the end of the season if this kind of performance picks up. That said, a 1-goal cushion isn't really that much, especially with LC on the attack the way they are. 1 minute to find that equalizing goal. There's the pass across the net. Touch in. Nope, not this time.
It's going to go overhead. 55 seconds left on the clock. Sly, no boost. Does get the beat onto 2 players. They brings it across there. It's a bit of a setup. Ball goes towards the post. The angle was decent, but it's just not hitting the mark. Riley now in control. JS trying to get back to the recovery. Riley doing a good job to bring it up. It's going to be met in the air, and the attack shut down. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds to go. Sly leads the charge, but gives up possession. Mida's going to take it away. Chicken Jordan doing what he can to keep the attack off balance, but may have set up Ray for a shot off the post. Follow-up touch is there from Riley, but Sly on defense does enough to make the initial save. Still 15 seconds to go, though. Will there be one more shot? Will there be one more chance?
Well, you can see everyone is trying to shoot their shot now. Raythils is going to be met in concession with the boss. It's going up in the air. The last opportunity. But AOC to get it, and they make it count for all.
What a pass right there. Riley popping it up for Ray, who had to hit that one hard. Does get the goal. And just like that, hey, we're looking at a potential overtime. Maybe something, you know, a little buttery smooth right here to take us, you know, keep us out from overtime. Kickoff looked good for Ray. Slide will be there for the save, and we go to extra minutes.
Yeah, ball goes down. Back into our second overtime for today. Things really heating up here between LC and JS. RS says, not like this, JS says, and LC. They keep the series alive, and we go straight into a buttery smooth goal as Riley puts it away. And of course, how fitting it is Riley who helped us coin the buttery smooth goal phrase is the one that put it away. Yep. What a finish here in game 3.
Yeah, good turnaround for LC, keeps this series alive. And I mean, they really came alive those final 2 minutes right there. 19 shots between Riley and Ray in total.
That is monstrous.
That is kind of crazy. And they got the 5 goals to score, show for it. So, I mean, well done to them. They did what they had to do, as a sub is actually going to be coming in for game number 4.
Ooh, who's I'm interested to see who's going to be taken out here. I feel like with both these teams now really on fire, to put a sub in now is a bit of a risky move, but let's see what ends up being used.
We will see. Yes, I believe. Curious where they go with this one. Might be a little bit before they ready up and start it off, because I'm looking at the lineup, and I mean, everyone's name on the start.gg except for Riley is different to what they have in the game. So I have no idea who we're getting.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what they do bring to the table. Just waiting for them to bring the extra player in. Perhaps it could have been just a bit of a glitch in the system as well. They probably had someone ready to go and something's happened. But, I mean, at this point now, I'm pretty happy. Like, that last game was exceptional. LC, JS, you've definitely brought the entertainment with this one. Of course, it's still match point for JS in terms of the games. They've got those 2 initially underneath their belt. LC looking to do a reverse sweep to keep this series alive for themselves and of course take it away. So I think it might be Midda who is swapping out.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Midda, you know, not performing at the same level. When I said there was 19 shots between Riley and Ray, there was 0 shots from Midda that last game. So
yep, true.
We'll see who that sub comes in. And I wonder if that, you know, puts the reverse sweep more feasible, more on the table right now, because I see this sub coming in as going to be an upgrade to a team that now has the momentum after that win. Hey, they can keep it going.
We just have to make sure that we're not being too careful about the grass being greener on the other side of the hill, right? That's maybe Midda obviously didn't have the same scoreline in terms of the amount of shots there, but of course was probably playing that third man position, allowing Riley and Raytheals to obviously get those goals initially as well. So we have to think about that idea of them complementing each other and how this extra player will gel with the other 2 players currently. Yeah,
that's a fun spin on it. I'm not going to be one to disagree. We'll see how it all plays out when they get out there, but the barcode is in. And I'm as soon as the players step onto the pitch, we are good to go.
Yep. So having a look there, do you think that's just they've got 5 eyes on each side or something like that? Because like a little dot there in the center.
I have no idea.
It's just a face. They're wearing a mask on top.
It is. I look at that. I see a barcode. I'm kind of running with the barcode.
Yeah.
Let's see how these 2 teams run against each other right now. We are off. And this is...
It's wave.go.
True. And it's already 1 goal lead for Sly and company. So that did not take long.
Well, Ray there goes for it as well. As you can see, he's not in position. And yeah, Sly, I feel looking out for revenge, right? They sort of had a good run there in game 3. I felt like they probably felt like they had it in the bag, and LC just managed to bring it back. Stop it from the very end there, getting that goal there. Ray, I think it was Ray off the back of Riley with the pass. Managed to get to overtime at the last second. And I said JS, they're out for revenge, and Sly continuing to push that dagger as much as they can deeper. 2-0.
Yeah, that was just a good goal from Sly across and puts it in. 2-0 up. Really, really looking good, actually, from the JR RACS side. They had a 2-goal lead, though, last game, though. It wasn't quite as fast, as decisive as this one. Barcode, I mean, the thing about the Barcode players, they haven't had time to warm up yet, so I don't know. I don't want to call it a 2v3 just yet, but I want to see this Barcode start to have an impact on this game sooner than later for LC's sake.
Well, Wave, again, sitting back there, seems to be have taken that position of playing third man. Ray now slows things down, tries to get a beat. It's just going to be a clash. 50-50 go to the wall. Chicken will push it back towards the side there. The boss is the one who's going to be leading the charge going forward. Goes up to the air. It's a bit of a pass to Sly. Back to Chicken, who sets it towards the back wall. The boss is in position. Another little set down. Wave holding it for the time being. We'll go towards Riley, but they're going to let that one go through and down. And JS just looking menacing. Looking so much more threatening this time around.
Yeah, they pardon me, they really are, and it is the turnaround that you need after dropping that game. I think the sub kind of gave JS some time to reset themselves as well, replan. Sly in particular coming out swinging right here in this fourth game, does not want to let this series slip. I mean, this team can ill afford to let this series slip, and they're looking very good. They're looking very composed, and they're not playing like a team that just lost a game.
No, absolutely not. Sly as well. Continue to be strong with their tech and mechanical plays. Just sort of across the boss. Nice and simple. We'll go in, push it towards here, towards the goal. And that one just goes right on in. Wave just not expecting that angle. Unfortunately, LC. Oh, that's why. Okay, that was I didn't see that redirect coming off of Ray. Definitely an unfortunate moment sometimes. You just don't expect the extra speed and that angle. You're set up for a particular trajectory when it comes to that positioning, and one little thing can completely set it off in motion.
They are seeing the ball get dribbled down. Barcode gets behind it. Good initial save. So, coming from the defense, and now they're going to flip it back to the other side. Sly looking for something. Will get a small touch out the backboard, but can't really follow it up. Halfway through this game, 3-goal lead, and again, I just am so impressed with how well this orange side rebounded, and the moment you say that, Ray is going to find a goal.
Yeah. The caster curse comes through. Riley, really good little pass there as well. Chicken, probably just not expecting the ball to drop in that particular position, and Ray knew the assignment, knew where they needed to be, and will knock that one in. Keeping LC hopes alive. They did it last time. They were able to get victory from the jaws of defeat. Obviously looking for a repeat onto that one with JS taking the lead early on. Ray keeps the ball on JS's half. And just to get over here, creating opportunities. Of course, it's going to be Sly to shut it down, and with no boost as well.
What the Barcode can do. Not too much. It's going to be a deep clear back all the way. Sly gets underneath it. Now full boost up into the corner.
Ray
leaves it right down for Ray, who almost found a shot. It was the boss who got the save, and now Sly 1v1 against the Barcode. Goes for the fake, but the Barcode doesn't bite, and it's still a 2-goal game.
Yeah, good read coming across there. Just then, you know, I can actually see his name. It's Wave.
Oh, it's Wave.
Yeah,
Okay.
AAVV.
How can you see his name? What did you do?
Because I'm special.
What tricks did you pull?
I can, you know, look, I don't want to reveal my secrets, okay?
It's on the stream, isn't it?
It's on the stream, yeah.
Yeah.
All good.
Well, all the stream people probably had no idea what I was talking about with the Barcode, but that's okay, because here comes Ray, a chance to get 1 goal back, but not going to find it. Flicks it too high, follow-up touch as well. A bit too direct. Riley unable to control it with the bump coming from the Chicken Jordan, and that's going to have the ball go back to the other side.
Now Ray looking to control it. Bit of a dangerous position there. Goes towards Sly. That's the one person on the side of LC you do not want the ball going to. Sly look for a center there. Goes across. Puts it in once again. Riley's the one to pick up the loose ball. We'll get the beat on the boss. Opportunity for LC might come on through, but the recovery from JS seems to be there. Riley tries to go for a center, but I think that was the boss who said, no, no, no. And knock it right on back.
Yeah, and as the time ticks down, that's probably going to do it for this series. They took a game 3, LC, but it wasn't enough to stop the momentum that JSRACS was able to find. An overtime win to start, and a strong performance since. That's going to be their win. They're going to take the series 3-1, just like the scoreline here in game 4.
You can see Wave there trying to get the last hit there. Maybe one last goal will not be there for the road, and it will be JS taking the series well and truly comfortably away. And wow, Sly really showed us some great stuff there. It's definitely interesting, like, you know, when you talk about it as well, the way that LC was the favorites coming into it, but that was well and truly a strong upset.
It was a strong upset, and you know what? Credit where it's due. JSRACS, they get that win. They performed really well in the process, and they keep their playoff hopes alive. We'll see how they look next week when they come right back at it again. Season is almost over, so you want to make sure you are in those playoffs. You got to win those series, and they're doing their best chance to keep their hopes for it. But we still have one more game today. It's actually going to be a Div 2 matchup, GLC versus PBHS2.
That's right. So we've got more Rocket League action coming your way. Please do not go anywhere. Thank you so much for your patience. We are back with the Australian Esports High School Competition for Rocket League. And man, does it continue. We're back to Division 2, and I believe it's going to be GLC up against PBHS. And I'm very excited for this one. Max, you got any information on this one you'd like to part our way?
Yeah. No, this is going to be a very, very strong matchup. Both these teams, strong records, 6-2 GLC, 5-3 for PBHS, the Rockets 2, as they like to be called. This, out of all the series we have today, is the one with the potential to go 5. So I'm excited to see if they can make it happen.
Yeah, very much. I think everyone is ready to go as well. We're just waiting for them to jump on in, just get themselves ready. We want them to be as prepared as possible. We've, of course, seen a number of these players already on stream before, and they have never disappointed. So I am also very excited as well as they begin to get their way and jump on in as well. I can see the sort of... I feel like the players are teasing us at the moment. Don't you think a little bit, Max?
Well, they've been given the word to go, and for some reason they didn't. And now they're going.
Here we go. We seem to be in now. I reckon we're good.
Yep. I think we are starting this one off. So it should be worth noted on the blue side, that is GLC. PBHS is in orange. And we'll see how they play this one out. This could be a very silly matchup, though, going by the chat. Both these teams very... they're having a fun time, I like to say right now. And hopefully that will translate to on the pitch play. Yeah. As already we're seeing some pressure coming from the orange side. 2 balls off the post. Neither falls in, and the score remains 0-all.
Yeah, Liam, though, is able to push that one on through and give it a nice big strike there. Off the back of Max's redirect on the clear as well. Absalon just chooses to go for the boost, just not going for position, and ends up giving that goal away.
Yeah, and a bit unfortunate right there, because I would say PBHS, they had the pressure for that goal. Realistically, it should be 1-0 the other way, but unable to convert. Fast counterattack, finds a point going in GLC's favor. We're looking at a 1-0 lead right now for that team in blue, and they're looking for a second. That shot about as tight to the post as it could have gotten, but Absalam able to make the save, at least this time. Now the double. Second touch, and again, it's off the post. PBHS, they're so close to getting these goals, but they're just not falling in. Great save from Abs.
I guess you could say it goes both ways in that scenario. Another close one, not hitting its mark. And yeah, PBHS have definitely needing to put on some good pressure, but just unable to convert. GLC now are the ones on the attack as Yusuf manages to get the clear. Liam leaves it towards the large chips. That's going to go into the air. Good control. Is going to go for the air dribbles. It goes towards the backboard, and Yusuf will be pushing that one away.
Touch from Liam towards the net. Again, easy save for if you can. As we're seeing large chips putting more pressure.
Oh, no! Not like this.
If you can. Oh, that's an awkward one.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. That touch comes across there. You can see that what they wanted to do was knock it the opposite way towards the left, so it hit the post and then rebounded out, but just didn't have the angle. Ends up going in, and GLC now beginning to get themselves a nice comfortable lead, pushed ahead. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Liam now goes towards the 3 players, so not really going to make that work, but opens things up. Large chips able to get there close, but no cigar once again.
Oh, this has just been the game. This first 2 minutes have had more balls off the post than, our first 2 series combined. It feels like both these teams, they're just struggling to find that last magic touch as Max, again, takes it towards the net. Defense there waiting. Yusuf is now going to have a chance to bring it back to the other side. It's a very forward pass. A little bit too far out in front of Abs. And
going down, Liam. Yeah. Gets it out. Now if you can, trying to push it in again. Yusuf's in position, tries to get in from the clear, but it's going to be unsuccessful. Absalon now trying once again, just trying to run that one back down. Open net there, but if you can, it's going to be ready and waiting. We'll try to push it towards the center to get it out. We'll give it towards the large chips. Yusuf doesn't want to deal with any of the nonsense. We'll just get the demo and get the ball out.
Just clearing it out, doing what they can. Here we go, ball off the roof right now. Here comes the shot from Absalam. Defenders getting in the way. Every defender gets a wheel on the ball. And eventually it will be enough to clear it out. 2 minutes left to go. Still a 2-0 lead. Very chaotic game number one, though, between these two teams.
Yeah, it is absolutely the series of the gold one here in game one, and there's close ones every single time. Let's see what they can do to make that come across. It's going to go over the top edge there. Yusuf now has no boost to follow up there. Large chips. Use the backboard to rebound to get towards some semblance of safety. Liam will get the nice deep clear as it goes down south. Yusuf gets it from the backboard, stops it from being a double.
Yeah, but still Absalam might have something here as long as the teammate's there to follow it up, but that's not going to be the case. No follow-up. Liam, gets past one. Won't get the second touch, but will be given a gift when it's a double commit, if you can, able to rotate back. And we still sit a minute 12 to go. 2-point lead, which normally I would say is achievable, but only 3 shots on target from PBHS, and with 1 minute to go, I'm not liking their odds.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like a tall order here to come back in game number one, and that could well and truly set the pace of the series going forward. It's always good to take away game one, puts you in a bit more of a comfortable position, puts the pressure back onto your opponent, and from that pressure, mistakes can start to mount, and it just sort of lets you run away with the series. So GLC definitely want to keep this in their back pocket. PBHS, though, might have finally found a way to break the curse. It's going to be Yusuf that managed to get through. Absalan pushes it across to a large chips, and look at that one, just a bit of a slot through the two members as it goes all the way into the goal. And maybe,
good touch, good shot.
Just maybe, there's a chance. There's a chance for them.
I mean, it is a small chance. Kickoff wasn't as buttery as I think they would have liked it. Here comes Max off the backboard. What a second touch! And that's going to be, I believe, the dagger for game number one.
That's how you still hope right there. That's a good way to put it through. Nice little touch at the very end there. Pretty much a double. Manages to put that one away and perhaps put away game one for GLC.
Yeah, I think it will be the case. GLC is going to happily take this first game. Max off the roof, won't be able to stay with it. 17 seconds, one more clear. We'll put it out of reach from a mathematical point of view. Yeah, with that redirect, he is like prime Steph Curry right now, a 4-1 lead.
Oh, that was surgical. Love it. Look at that. You can see Yusuf was in position to defend, but like you said, the redirect was all that was needed. And if we were talking about the hope being stolen in the last game, now it's going to feel like you've just got no faith afterwards. Liam will take control, but I think it's all said and done for game one. And it's up to PBHS now to reset, rethink what they can do to perhaps find a way to mount a comeback.
That is going to be a win for GLC, a strong win right there. Max, like Prime's 2016 Steph Curry, absolutely just looking phenomenal. So a great start for them, and see if that trend will continue as we gear up, getting ready for game number two. Pressure, perhaps on this orange side right there, because when you're going up against goals like that and with as few shooting opportunities as they had, something's going to have to change as, okay.
Oh, maybe some changes are coming through.
What's happening there?
I think an executive decision there would...
One of them has joined back that they have not called for the pause.
Alrighty.
So...
Oh, we're here.
Yep.
There we go. We're back.
And
Everyone's back. Everyone's back. We're all good. We're all good. And there's no goals have been considered. Nothing's gone down just yet. I think GLC also decided to take their foot off the gas just for a little bit as well. Everyone reset and get back in. So good stuff there as well. Good sportsmanship being shown.
Yeah, it was good to see. I'm a little bit confused though why we didn't see the pause get called, but either way, it looked like it was just some last-second card changes actually from Yusuf and Absalam. Fair enough. Do what you gotta do. Liam, go ahead and take this one off that side wall. Only one defender left in net, but Liam still won't be able to turn it into a shot. Is able to center it, yet it looked like Max may be pushed a little bit too far forward, so at the end of the day with 4 minutes to go. Yeah, it's still looking maybe a little slower pace than game number one, but definitely GLC still feels in control.
Yeah, you can see it now as well. Max tries to push it overhead. Well, we won't be able to get it in the end. We'll continue to keep the play alive. They seem to be just sort of trading blows here in front of PBHS's goal. Bloodchip slows it down. Looking for a flick. Gets it. Goes overhead. It's going to be doubled on through, or it's going to be off the backboard. And Max is going to be able to finish that one off. I think, is this the Max we were talking about from last week, I think?
If it was, then yeah, I can understand why you're saying he's the better Rocket League Max than I am. I mean, these shots are absolutely insane right now. Max is cooking, and I just haven't seen the answer yet from this orange side. The defense has been decent positioning, but the placement of these shots has just been unreadable for him.
Well, continue to let them cook at this moment in time. GLC definitely having a fun time at the barbecue. Absalon tries to get it overhead, but unable to get a decent clear. GLC continue their attack. Maybe finally they manage to grab a loose ball and they will go for a deep clear. A large chips is there, will slow it down. Goes for the fake, gets the beat onto one. Might open things up here again on the counter attack. All the members are there, gets it overhead, does get the beat, but it's got to hit the post. And once again, close one seems to be the name of the series.
Yeah, there's been a lot of close calls for both teams, realistically. Liam, I genuinely thought they had it that time. Probably should have, but they might get another chance right here. The placement, not quite where it needed to be. That said, Yusuf was there for the save, so I don't think that one was scoring. Halfway through this game, only a 1-goal lead this time around, so much more in the reach of PBHS.
A good little save there as well. That last opportunity from GLC. Normally when you see, you know, especially when we're the ones playing, what you do is you go for a shot. And when it ends up being a pass, you're like, see, that was a pass all along. I meant to be that. It was absolutely clearly them trying to get the pass off there towards Max and just being a little bit off there. That was a good strike, but Chips basically being a steel trap, making sure that none of those balls do go through. Playing that third man position excellently has been a real boon and asset to GLC as the series has continued. Going to be dropping it on down here as well. Bit of a dangerous position, but GLC still managed to get out of it scot-free. And now Max looking to make this one work. Absalon doesn't get a touch onto the ball. And if you can, does manage to get the clear.
Yeah, deep clear. All the way to the other side. Yusuf, though, has a chance to set up a teammate. Actually, it looks like they went for the shot and then gets the save. I don't know what Yusuf was trying to do right there. Got a little bit greedy, and had they just committed to the pass from the first touch, the net would have been open.
Well, they go again for another attack, and a large chips is there. We'll keep the ball out of the goal for the time being. Now looking for a bit of a dribble. Yusuf shuts it down again, looks for a double. You can see ends up being intercepted by Liam, just shutting that play off at the legs. Now it's going to be slowed down once again. Absalon unable to get a touch onto it. Max does a little bit of a pinch into the teammate. We'll get it overhead. It's going towards the back wall. Maybe an opportunity for GLC. Yusuf makes the read, gets it to safety.
As we hit our final 53 seconds. Oh, another shot nearly hits its mark. Liam there for the save. Liam's had a few clutch saves in this one. 47 seconds left, and PBHS are creating more opportunities in this game than they did in game one, but they haven't been able to convert. Another timely touch from Liam, keeping them if you can. Sidewall, but no boost to follow it up. Leaves it for Yusuf, who doesn't get the touch.
Yeah, I was looking like it would have been very menacing if it was landed, but that's not going to be the case. Liam now gets a nice big strike there. Will just be pushed overhead, so PBHS will continue to keep their hopes alive here in game two. Max knocks it towards the air, has a bit of boost in hand, will use it as much as possible, passes it to Liam, but if you can, makes the read, intercepts and cuts that play off at the legs. Now ball's up high. Yusuf trying to get the equalizer. It's an opportunity, but they manage to get the defense once again. GLC, they managed to get the initial goal, but as they continue to hold this defensive line, they'll get game two.
That is a big second game win for GLC. Now up 2-0. And PBHS, I mean, 8 shots on target. They outshot GLC, but they just weren't able to get past Liam, weren't able to get past that defense. A large shift as well, 4 saves to his name. Kind of more silent on that one. I think Liam's ones were maybe a bit more dramatic. Either way, going into what could be the final game of the day, it is all momentum for GLC. Can they pull it off, as we're seeing another very late car swap?
I mean, if they're the ones that are happy to take it, we're okay with them making the switches as long as they understand what's happening. Liam now Let's get that overhead. Max passes it to Chips, who goes down. All the members are back. I think they're in their new drip when it comes to the cars there, and I think it's going to cost them because they do manage to give one away straight away. And that was all because of GLC getting that extra setup.
I mean, Yusuf was the one who kind of got the touch, but with no boost, no one was able to follow up that high clear attempt. And yeah, Max was there, able to drive it in. 13 seconds, opening goal, 1-0. Now, if you can hold that for an entire game, 2 back-to-back shutouts, that's always a tough ask. In fact, Yusuf already is going to equalize. That did not take long. We have a 1-1 game.
Yeah, back to being even once again. And look, it wasn't buttery smooth, but definitely had a little bit of butter on the edges there. Just jumping quickly off the trajectory of the ball from the kickoff, and it definitely went in their favor. Exactly what PPHS needed.
That is, and good to get one on the board. We'll see if, they can build off that momentum. Here comes a large chip still connecting with Liam, who goes corner. I believe a defender did get in the way. Now we're coming back to the other side. Yusuf, a good flick here.
Oh.
Good result in the goal, and it is a 2-1 game.
Yeah, Yusuf cooking up a storm now. You can see just a nice little control there. Gets the touch overhead. And those ones are always annoying because you can kind of read once they're coming on through, but it's all about making sure your timing is right, and defensive, unable to get the timing correctly. Yusuf puts it away and finally gets a lead here for the first time for PPHS. Maybe not in the series, but in this game.
Yeah, well, it is the first lead, I believe, of the series as well. I mean, it's kind of been one-sided up until this point. Large Chips doing what he can, but we saw this in the last series, 2 dominant games and then a game 3 kind of going away from the favorites. Let's see if that's going to be the case here. As Absalem nearly is able to get it in again. Liam doesn't get credit for the save, but realistically did save that goal. Pressure still coming from the corner. This time it is again Liam off the backboard, creating that space.
We'll see if GLC can get something in the counter-attack here. Beautiful setup, and Max makes it look too easy. PPHS just putting too much resources into the attack and not respecting the counter from GLC. And you can see that is a nice little touch overhead. They weren't expecting it to be that quick. Perhaps they were expecting the chip, but not the speed, and that puts another one away.
4 goals in, well, just over a minute's time. Definitely kind of slicking with that series chaotic nature, it feels like, as Yusuf will stop another air dribble from coming through. Now here comes a large Chips. Has Max, but decides to go solo instead. One reset into a touch. It was only a single reset, but the second touch was magic.
He had a second one in the chamber. He just didn't use it. Oh, no.
Yeah.
He needed
about to say, I'm pretty sure only the front half got it.
It looked like he had one more in the chamber, just didn't need it. But to be honest, that one reset was all he needed in the end anyway. Bit of a buttery smooth kickoff there, but Liam will be there, ready to clean up the mess that was made on the kitchen floor. And GLC, once again, back in the lead here, not just in the series now, but also in the game. Absalan is not going to be able to find it there. Liam just being on the attack, an absolute predator, just looking for an opportunity to perhaps pick it up.
Oh, no!
Speaking of opportunities, Absalan sees it, is there in position. And it's just a little bit of a swing and a miss there from Max. I mean, he got a pixel touch there. You can see the ball moved a little bit, but
no, it didn't. No, I don't think it counted though, because it stayed in orange trail. So I think that was a complete miss. Yeah, that was a complete miss. Really awkward, an awkward one from a player who's been doing really well so far. But hey, anything PBHS can take right now, they will, happily run with that. 6 goals in the first 2 minutes, by the way, here in Game 3. Kind of crazy.
Look, the players, they're not machines, they're not robots. Everyone is liable to make a mistake here and there. It happens to the best of us. That's definitely the scenario here, but can't take away from all the good that has been happening throughout the series so far by Max. So Max just needs to make up for it now in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But PBHS, they'll take every little opportunity they get because they want to keep the series alive.
That they do, although that's a swing and a miss from Yusuf. And another good touch from Max, but this one not on target. Yusuf now able to rotate back behind, going to try to bring it back up the other way. Pass across to If You Can. Shot, though, high off the backboard. Liam looking to redirect it forward. Max
Oh.
stays with it and will escort it through. It's once again a 1-goal lead for GLC.
Yeah, redemption coming across there off the assist from Liam. That was a perfect little touch. Yusuf, no boost in the tank to get there for the save, and GLC bring back their lead.
It is going to be a 4-3 lead right now. Still 2:10 to go.
See what happens here. Oh,
Yeah.
dangerous position. Yusuf, though, unable to make it happen. Continue to go forward here. Large Chips tries to get the beat overhead there. Not going to be the case. Yusuf looks for a center if you can. Just not going to be able to get around the ball. Now, Chips with some control. Gets a flip reset, but unable to get that second touch with it.
Max will kind of work that corner now. Again, crossing it from one corner to the other side. Staying behind the play. Setting up Liam maybe underneath. Here we go. Straight down towards the net. Oh, Max got in the way. I thought that was going in.
It looked like it. I think they just thought that maybe it would have been saved. That's what it kind of felt like, but perhaps PPHS just wasn't in position. It looked like it might have dropped. Maybe it would have been a post drop, and they just decided to redirect and keep their opponent guessing, right? You never,
That's what they're trying.
never want to show your next move.
We'll see if they get that chance right now. Here we go. A
Oh.
minute remaining. Well, if you can, does it again. Well, actually, I say again, that was their first goal in this game. Either way, tying it up with 1:03 to go.
Yeah, that was just very nice there. I think the defense there was just caught sleeping for a second, and comes to a 4-4 game. Hap's going to be the first overtime of the series. That'll be an overtime, I feel like, in almost every single series, yeah? Oh, no, we didn't get one in the first series, I don't believe.
No, there wasn't one in the first series, but
Those two.
we did get one in the second. We got two in the
Yeah,
second.
we got two in the second.
And possibly could be getting one here. We'll see. Liam with the ball. Has Max across the middle, but goes for it themselves. Can't get it past Yusuf, who wants to stay behind it. In fact, they're going to take the shot. Caught by Max. Stays on the play. Nearly taken away by If You Can. 30 seconds to go. Liam underneath. Ooh, kind of an awkward touch. And a chance to capitalize. It was a swing and a miss. Unfortunately for Absalam, they could have won the game there.
Yeah, that would have been a very dangerous position for GLC if they did manage to get the touch, but the thing was is you're sort of reacting to a player making the mistake, not reacting to what you expect them to do, and it can be a bit tough to get in position. Yusuf, though, looking like they're in. Ball go overhead. Max now is the one pushing it there. It's going to rebound off the wall towards Liam. Liam tries to keep it alive, but it will go down, and we'll get our third overtime for today.
Yeah, this is a big one too. Again, a must-score situation for PBHS. We'll see what they can bring. Absalam. First touch was okay. Kill me if you can. A bit of a swing and a miss. Squishy save attempt. It's a miss!
No.
And we're going to a game number 4.
It's just sometimes you don't need to be fancy. I feel... Okay, fair enough. You're already up. Still, do you reckon the squishy neat was necessary there? I'd love to know what happened prior. I feel like maybe you just realized, came in a bit too hot, had to go for a squishy rather than a standard save, and that ended up giving away PBHS that game.
I don't know, because it looked like the squishy attempt came early. So I think it was rushed. So you're onto something right there, but I'm actually surprised they missed it. Because, yeah, squishies can be a little bit difficult, but, like, I don't know. That one looked pretty lined up to me. Crazy game, though. Again, chaotic game, crazy game. Game number 4 now. PBHS, they're right back in it. If they can take it to a game 5, if they can take it to Champions Field, it would be massive for that team in orange. Let's see what they can pull off.
Well, we're going here now to game 4. The reverse sweep is the name of the game here for PBHS. GLC on the other side want to close things out. Large Chips is going to take it across the field here. Possible setup. If you can. Knocks that one right away. And Yusuf, though. Knocks it right in.
Take long.
Yep.
It didn't take long. I mean, Yusuf just good touch. Big clear. And I mean, I don't think Max was expecting it. Was trying to hold on to some boost right there. Probably could have made that save. So definitely catching GLC off guard for that go-ahead goal.
That caught me off guard, so I can completely understand. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a magical touch. As I say that, Liam finds their own magical touch to bring this one and make it even.
That's going to be a 1-1 game.
That's not a bad clear.
That's a good goal.
In your opinion, yeah, exactly, which is a good goal. Sometimes you look and you go, is it a bad clear that caused it? No, after my eyes, that was a decent clear.
It was. Oh, another opportunity. This time Max is going to get behind it. Here we go. Double commit, maybe. Oh, that's a little awkward. Almost was a double commit by the defense as well till Absalam just rotates around. Both teams getting very panicky right now in game number 4.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting, right? 'Cause sometimes you have these scenarios where game 1, more mistakes are being made. Game 2 and 3, things begin to tighten up a bit. And then as the series progresses, and obviously take into account that everyone's played already 2 series, the mental fortitude starts to wear, the resilience goes down. Some silly mistakes start being made, and we're starting to see it here in game 4.
That we are, as the ball comes across that midfield line. It is going to be Max now up for the ball, looking to go from one corner to the other. Liam's first touch good. Follow up knock right there. Oh, that's a swing and a miss from a large Chips, who starts to rotate back, gets a demo, and that results in a goal. Huh?
It was all meant to happen. It was all part of the plan, Formal.
I kind of hate it, but kind of love it at the same time. I mean, yeah, you could argue that if a large Chips doesn't get that demo, the defender is able to rotate back and make the save. But if a large Chip stays forward, then you don't need to slow dribble up the field. You don't have to worry about the rotating defender back. You can just pass it to an attacker. It doesn't matter. Max gets a goal off the kickoff.
Yeah, Max just continue to push forward here. You can see comes across. Nice little quick play there, just understanding where they needed to be when the ball comes off the backboard. That is definitely a particular goal I feel like they've practiced time and time again, or they've made that shot at least 1,000 times because that came out smooth.
And that it did. And we are going to see Max now off that backboard. No, not quite. It's going to be post down, not in.
Liam though
now finds another shot, and this is now starting to look like a GLC team running away with it in game number 4.
Yeah, they're looking to clear this out, put their stamp on the series here. 3 minutes and 20 or 3 minutes and 19 seconds left if I'm going to be exact to the second. Still time for PBHS to make it come back, right? To still bring this to a series to perhaps go for that reverse sweep, but it's starting to get to that point now where if you're GLC, you can obviously continue to go for goals, but now you just want to start doing damage to time. You want to hold that possession, keep it away out of the midst of PBHS, not really give them a chance or an opportunity to get the ball and use some control.
We'll see if they can find it as ball stays in that corner. Here we go, playing up and around. Shot on, and it's just going to roll in 5-1 now. This is starting to look trickier and trickier.
If you're right now, if you're PBHS, I feel like you found a few leaks on your boat, and it's just starting to get worse and worse as time goes on. You're trying to plug the holes while getting rid of the water, and another one just pops up midway through. Each time you plug one, another two come through. It's a bit of a sinking ship, so hopefully they can find a way to get the discipline back, but it's definitely looking a bit dire now.
It's a bit unfortunate. It's very similar to our last series, actually, this one. Where it's just, you know, that little wake-up call that the favorites kind of needed right here to start putting this one away. Here we go, ball off the backboard. Not going to be turned into a shot. Yusuf was the big carrying force in game number 3.
Yeah.
Has just had no impact in this 4th game, unfortunately, and it looks like that's going to wind up being the big difference overall. Max finds yet another with the slow dribble hat trick here in our 4th affair.
Yeah, good control there. Beats one, comes to Absalan, gets themselves in a really good position to make sure that they're going to win that 50. That wasn't really a 50 at that point. They had well and truly their full weight behind the ball with good momentum. That ball was going to be pushing its way through one way or another.
And that it was. And now with the 6-1 game, feel like it's going to be, well, it's kind of, I don't want to start calling victory laps just yet, but you're definitely considering them. And just well done. Well done from this blue side overall. They had that awkward game. Max looks like a star. I've been in love with Liam's defense, and From both sides, though, if they want to be that top team in Division 2, if they want to compare, to the Plats that we saw earlier, got to cut down on the unforced errors. I think that was kind of a trend on both sides. They got a little bit panicky when being put under the pressure. Very chaotic first 3 games. And, well, outside of that, though, definitely a fun series.
I think it's definitely that stop block cycle that players have as they progress and get better. Again, being Division 2, that still have plenty of step blocks that they need to get through, and every single time what it is your control improves to a point where, all right, I need to start pushing my speed up. All of a sudden you start making unforced errors because you're just not used to that new speed. Eventually you adjust to it, you acclimatize, you start making less mistakes again, but there's still opportunities to get faster and faster and faster and faster, and you're just going through that method of, okay, I get a bit faster, my mistakes crawl back up, I clean that up, I get a little bit faster again, and you just keep on going and rinsing that out. And GFC are just going through that, so is PBHS as well, and you can tell that the Plats seem to be closer towards that ceiling in terms of those mistakes. They can definitely get faster, they can definitely clean more up, but you can just see they've gone through a few more cycles in comparison to the rest of the teams in Division 2.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. 25 seconds left. Brazil on the table. Fitting map for it if it would come together, but it might happen if there's a good counterattack. Double commit from defenders, though, makes it less likely. And as we hit our final 10 seconds, that, is not going to do it for this game just yet. Absalam gets a free goal to make it 6-2.
Well, you take what you can get at this point. You can see, I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication towards the dying seconds here of the series. GLC just was not on the same page, and that allowed Absalam to get in there off a little bit of a bad double commit for both of them going for the ball at that time. Oh, this is an interesting little play. Ooh. I like it. I want to see more of it.
Very spooky, very fast, and the ball will hit the ground. So GLC will go ahead and take this series. They will win the 4th and final game in this one, 6-2.
Yeah, good stuff there. Again, I think you sort of hit the nail on the head of initially where the teams really did do a good job to sort of just play out the series, keep good control. They needed that wake-up call in game number 3, but then they brought it home strong.
Yeah, that they did. So well done, GLC. 7-2 now on the season. They're feeling, I think, pretty good. They're going to be in the playoffs for sure. I'm going to be excited to see what they can do right there. But I don't know. It feels like this could be, a potential semifinal rematch. The way how they going. We'll see.
You're exactly right. They look very strong there. And I think you said I'd love to see as many of these teams as possible in the finals. But you know who else we're going to see in the finals and also see today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. I'm just a little bit
they're here all the time, Formal. Every single time.
They are.
It's going to be our sponsors. We're going to be seeing them in the final each and every single time.
So yeah, sorry about that. I was just, a player was messaging me about something. Had to. Either way, yes.
You're a busy man. You're a busy man. The sponsors, they're fine with it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. But let's quickly thank our sponsors. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Also, power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high-spec to precision gear, Officeworks has just what you need. And Indomie, the noodle partner, made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Beautiful stuff there from everyone across the pitch. Look, I've been loving today. Is there anything you'd like to put out there, Formal, before we do close and sign this one out?
I'm feeling, you know what? Like, it's been a fun day. I'm excited to come back at it next week when I'm a bit more awake and a bit more
in charge,
healthy. Yeah.
No, thank you for soldiering through it, and again, a big thank you to all the teams, players, teachers, and of course the admin team that keeps everything ticking behind as well. We'll be back next week with more, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.